Here's my problem. I got this here pump, right? And previous owner couldn't read simple instructions on the top where it says to add a little bit of oil and don't run it dry. So yeah, it looks like the inside melted up pretty good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop out this little seal and get some measurements here. Looks like about 8. 17. And there it is, ladies and gents. The finished project right there. Full disclosure, there's absolutely zero science behind this entire build, so I just want to put that out there. I kind of just modeled this off of other impellers that I was looking at, like in pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, it's literally just designing this off of a picture. No equations, nothing. But the whole idea was that I wanted to replace the pump head on here and utilize the existing parts like the pump seal and some of the screws that came out of the old pump housing to get a much better design that uses the existing motor. So there it is with the existing pump seal installed, and I did make this pump seal retainer that's supposed to screw in, but this thing actually has such a tight fit that I really don't even think it needs screws. And that's probably gonna be a problem, but whatever. I'm just gonna bolt it on like that. And you can see that this screw hole is elongated because when this screw goes in, it actually goes through at an angle in order to make it down there on that embossed port. And the other one just sits flush right in there. So I'm actually going to be just hot gluing this together for the initial test because I want it done now and I don't want to wait for the silicone to dry, so let's get it bolted up. Okay, so the housing is screwed on, and one thing to note is you want to do the top one first. So you have the housing out, push the screw through, and then guide it into the top hole, but the bottom one goes in perfectly just because of how that is. And then this actually, doesn't have too much drag on it, but I think it's mostly because of the seal and because it is a brushed motor, so we'll see. There's a little dab of hot glue I did put on the threads just for the test. I don't want it to leak on the back, so let's put the impeller in and the rest of it. And there it is, all assembled. What's interesting is I actually hadn't even planned on reusing the original pump housing screws, so I guessed making these original holes, but I did good by making the holes larger on the pump lid and smaller on the housing because these screws actually fit perfect. My goodness. So pump impeller is not being blocked by anything, it still spins, so let's give it a whirl. Here we go. Test number 1. Definitely not as much water as I thought I was gonna do. Interesting. I wonder if it's cavitating. Back to the drawing board. Okay, well, after nearly pissing myself off camera, I decided to do another test, and it went way differently. So we're going to do this again. What I did is I actually submerged the pump and filled it full of water, and then turned it on, and the difference was night and day. So we're gonna try that one more time. As you can see, it is way more powerful. Leaking a little bit, but that could be fixed. Well, as you can see, it definitely moves water. I don't know if that water is from when I was splashing around or if the backside's leaking. I'm not sure. Remember, there's exposed wires in here, so if this gets wet, you're gonna feel it. I can say, like I said, it's leaking a little bit from here, but that's because I got, a little too anxious. I wanted to see what it could do, so I'll replace that hot glue with silicone. And it should also be noted that these brushes are probably not going to last very long, since this motor was designed to run at least 3,000 RPMs, and it's maybe doing 1,500, so it's under heavy load. Like, the motor gets pretty warm. It runs super quiet because it's barely turning any RPMs, and yeah, I'm pretty sure those brushes will burn out in no time, but hey, at least it moves a ton of water.